Follow me. To the crib, to the crib, to the crib. Why don't you follow me to my place? To the crib, to the crib. Back in Jersey, yeah.
And what's up out there? We are back. Standing to the left of me, I have our special guest for the second edition of AC Ladies First. And I have Dr. Nykki. Everybody say hi. Now, Dr. Nykki, for the people who do not know you, would you like to let them know who you are in a little bit before we get into the full interview?
Sure. I go by the name of Dr. Nick, but my full name is Dr. Nicole P. Lyles Belton. It's a mouthful. I also go by Nykki Pro, which is my stage name for music. Let's see, about me. I am a teacher. I'm also a preacher. I'm also a preacher. I am a motivational speaker. I am a radio host. I have an organization called Greatness in You Incorporated, and I am a musical artist, gospel musical artist. I go by the name of Nykki Pearl. I mean, there's so much louder. I'm an author. Yeah.
We are in the role today with finding our ladies that wear many hats. So this is that day that we're always going to explore that. And we love that motivation. This is what we're all about. We're the socialites. We're finding all the ladies out there that have a purpose, and they show their purpose all over in anything they do. So that is off the hook. So right now we're in Shiloh. This is your home church?
Yes, my father's the pastor and bishop here.
Oh,
yes.
see? Look, we moving.
Yes.
So a little bit about the church. Did you come up in the church, or?
I was born and raised in church, but I was born and raised in Racine, Wisconsin.
Oh,
We moved here in 1990 when my father became the pastor of this church. So we moved to Atlantic City in 1990. We've been here. I've been here off and on since 1990. You know, in college I went to Virginia, Norfolk State.
Okay.
And I came back. So I've been back and forth a little bit for about the past 22 years.
So she's been mobile.
Yeah.
And that's good. So we spread the word. So I'm pretty sure whoever sees this episode is going to probably know Dr. Nick.
Yes.
Now, a little bit about, let's say, your talent. Did you want to start with your author? I know we have a book that we're going to be talking about, or the music.
We can start off with the book. I have a book called 30 Days to Greatness. And again, I have the organization Greatness in You Incorporated. I was inspired to write this book because every day on my Facebook page, I always put something up in my status that's very empowering and to the masses of people who follow me. And so someone had suggested that I put the messages into a book form. And then someone else did it, so I said, okay, it's confirmation. So what I did was I took some of the most in-depth, thought-provoking topics, and I put them in a book, one on each day for 30 days. And at the end of each page, for example, day 7 is the difference between living and surviving. And so at the end of that segment, then you write about, how it affected you, what you think about it, and how you're going to change your life so you can stop just surviving and start living. Yeah, so that was the book I have off, 30 Days to Greatness. Yes.
And that's a good motivator. So that means it's giving you the capability as the reader to become interactive, to turn your words into something that they can own for themselves. So that's a really good thing. So that's a good look. I love that. And your music. Now, did you always write music? Like, how did your music side of you come about?
Well, I've been singing in church since I was 3 years old, so I've always sang, but I've always liked hip-hop, rap music, but I knew that once I gave my life to the Lord, I couldn't do the hip-hop and rap music that I grew up on, like Biggie Smalls, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, E, DMX, Jay-Z. I couldn't do all of that. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take some inspiration, the same inspiration that I sing about and that I write about, and put it into a form as far as a rap form. Whereas, maybe someone might not read my book, or they may not, listen to me sing in church, but maybe I'll be able to touch someone if I'm rapping. And I'm giving those lyrics, it's still great, it's still empowering. So any way I can shoot it in there, that's what I do.
Learning tricks of the trade, receive the highest accolades. She's a beast, she's a dime, she keep it popping all the time. Cute shoes, cute dude, wonder what I have to do to make her catch her attention, so she'll keep coming through. Forgot what daddy said as I laughed at his lines. Baby girl, you have time for boys another time. Stay focused.
applauding you in my brain and my heart because it's so moving to find females that take their message and their purpose so strongly. Like, and I've been this whole month, I want to say that we've been meeting females that have the same passion, just on different realms of it. It's just like I'm just catching it and I'm taking it in. That's sticking to me, so I can't sound like I'm cheesing. That's the ways they know I'm talking about. I stay cheesing because it's just a good thing. So I'm loving it, and we're gonna get into more when we come back. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Now we touched a little bit upon your artistic side. You go by the name of Nykki Pearl. What inspired that name for you?
That's a great question. Well, my father, my nickname, because my first name is Nicole, so of course Nykki. But my father gave me my middle name from his mother's first name. So my name is Nicole Pearl, so nickname Nykki Pearl. And so that's what my father always called me, Nykki Pearl. And to today, I'm still Nykki Pearl. So it kind of, it's catchy, and it sticks. I thought about changing it because of Nicki Minaj, and I didn't want to be, like, well, she's trying to get knocked off Nicki Minaj. So I started to change it, but I was like, but it's just who I am. It's really my name, Nykki Pearl. So I just kept it.
It fits you because your story is gonna start way before Nicki Minaj. So I didn't see that connection. Okay. I hope nobody else did. Now, gospel rap has been around, I want to say, for the past 10 years. So just the gospel with the hip hop tone, overtone to it. What caught your attention the most about becoming an artist in that genre?
Well, because I like to, I love rap music, and I would notice that whenever, even to this day, if I hear a song that I heard when I was in college, like I could spit it out just like I did then, but like I knew that I couldn't just get up and do like Little Kim and all them. So I was like, I want to just try something different. But ultimately, I like to sing. So I don't want to just do, like, on my album, I don't want to just have like, the bulk of it rap music because I love to sing. Like, singing is what I do. Like, I do it all the time. I've been doing it since I was 3. So, rapping, I'll be doing some, but majority I'll be doing singing.
Hey, whatever. Remember what I told you. Don't you ever forget it. I ain't going nowhere. I'ma be right here forever. Hey, whatever.
Okay, that is cool.
And I also liked it because I love the fact when people see me like, well, you don't look like you would like rap, or
that wow factor. We've been talking about that all week.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Like, like I did a performance at Warm Daddies in Philly, and so when we were doing our warm up, when I finished the song, I was like, I thought you were gonna get up there and sing, and you just started ripping, and you were rapping, and I just love throwing people off like that. I do.
And that's a great thing. Most of the artists that we come in contact with, we all talk about that wow factor.
Yeah.
Because when I get on, or when I do what I do, people like, like not you. Like you can just say that. So that's a very confident, motivating feeling to have, especially when you just shock somebody and they like it and they just memorize. So I love that.
And then it empowers other people to say, well, hey, if she can do it, I can do it.
Get over my hump and my obstacles. I sure will be good with it.
Yeah.
Now, you touched upon a little bit about your albums. Have you done albums?
I do have a couple of songs out, but I am working on my album to get it totally complete. I want to have it something that's a total representation of me. And so I want to have some singing, some rapping, and then some snippets from me preaching, because I do preach as well. And I do some motivational speaking. So I want to have the whole gamut on there. Yeah.
Okay. Now she brought up the preacher thing, so I'm going to put that in there as well. So you are a preacher.
Yeah.
You've been born again. You know he's a way maker. You know he is a keeper. He is a keeper. He said, I will never leave you. Nor will I forsake you. He said, remember what I told you. Don't you ever forget it. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be here forever. Lift your hand and say forever.
How long have you been a preacher?
I've been preaching since 2007.
She's been doing it for like forever.
Yeah, I love preaching. It's definitely my father's a preacher, my mother's a preacher, my brother's a preacher, my grandfather's a preacher. I have aunts, cousins. Like it's in our blood. You know what I mean? And so I'm very passionate about it. Like if I had to choose one thing I love to do out of all things, it would be preaching. Absolutely.
That is good.
Yeah.
See, she's a lot.
I do a lot.
Yes, so, and that's a good thing that we love to see that. That's what we try to promote to the best of our ability. Now, you said you had a couple of songs out. I might have the opportunity to listen to some of them. I know we have Forever Single.
Yeah.
Can you let the people know what that song
Yeah,
embodies?
Forever. My brother, who's actually a music producer, he produced that song, and he just gave me a track. He's like, and it was no singing on it. Actually, it was just the one part. So remember what I told you, don't you ever forget it. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be right here forever. And it just made me. I mean, the more and more I kept listening to it, it made me think about my life story because I was raised very sheltered in church, and then when I went away to college, of course I got into boys and relationships and men, and. Of course, it was the cheating and the lying and the deceiving, and I forgot what my first love was, which was God. And so, I would cry, God, why is this happening to me? Like, I'm a good person. Like, am I ugly? Like, why is this going on? Like, why are they doing this to me? And it was, this song kept coming back to my remembrance. Remember what I told you? Don't you ever forget it. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be right here forever. So it just came from a real, true place. Like, a place that I know too well, and not just me. So many other women and men know it well, where you've been in a relationship with people and they hurt you, they deceive you, and then you're like, well, what am I going to do now? You go back to God. That's where you were in the first place. He can heal you, fix you up and put you back out there again, so you can prosper and find someone who really, or have the man find you that really loves you and cares about you.
That's deep.
Yeah, so that's where that song came from, because I'm a very transparent person, and I don't think that I can help someone if I've never been through anything, or if I keep it to myself. So whenever I preach, or whenever I write, whenever I speak, I just feel it. At one point I was embarrassed about my past, but now I'm over it. So now I went through it for a purpose, to help someone else come out of the ditch that I was once in. So that's where the song came from.
Look, feeling a little bit emotional. No, because it's a feeling that you get to know that somebody could care so much about helping others. Like you said, you wanted to experience it so you could actually tell somebody or help somebody out. That you rarely hear. Like, you hear people more or less saying, oh, well, I can help fix that, but you've never been through it, so how much help can you offer? Like, how much change can you make? So that's a very heartwarming statement to make, that if you haven't gone through something, you can't really help the next person, and that's so true. And if more people will be more realistic, I'm guaranteeing you that it would be a different spin on how we treat other people. So I love that. See, I'm just taking everything with me today. This is so nice. Now, is there any other songs that you have done that touched upon any other obstacles that you have, or has anybody else?
Yes, I have. I've done like mixtape songs. Like I did a song off of Lil Wayne's "A Milli." So, and on that song, I talked about the loss of a child, a loss of children, and I talked about sometimes we feel like we're not blessed, but we have so many blessings, and in spite of the setbacks that we've had, and in spite of losing certain things, and I've been through a divorce before, I just put it out there so people can know, in spite of all of that, you don't have to lay down and just die. Allow that to work for you. Get up, kick rocks, and keep it moving. And so in that type of song, I did that. I did a song with my husband, Jomo, called Amen, which was from Meek Mill's Amen. And so I just talked about, people might choose to go to the club, but I choose to be in church. Every Sunday, that's where I'm at. I'm in church, and so I just try whatever I can just to put the message out there. Some other songs that I have, another song produced with my brother called Incredible, that I was on with my husband Jomo and one of my cousins, Lex. So yeah, however I can get the message out, if it's through Facebook, through music, books, songs, whistling, whatever,
it's coming. It's coming. Yeah. You're gonna hear it.
It's gonna get out there, because I believe that's what I'm called to do. And so if I can just help one person a day, but I just don't want to help one person. I want to help millions of people, because we as women, I can't talk about men because I'm not a man, but we as women, we go through so much. And we harbor it, and we keep it in, and we don't tell other women, I've been there, so let me tell you, here's my cliff notes, to what I've been through. Let me help you, and then you can help me.
That's that embarrassment factor that holds a lot of stuff back.
Yeah, so I put it out there.
That's good. So she's empowering people, not only because she's a motivator, because I know you speak, you have empowerment talk, lectures and all that good stuff. She also does it with her music. So that is a nice mix that makes you way more versatile than just somebody doing one thing, which we've already pretty much touched upon since we met Dr. Nykki or Dr. Nick today. That she's an incredible person that does a lot. So that is so cool. Now you also touched a little bit about doing collaborations with Jomo, which is your husband, and some with your brother. Have you worked with any other artists?
There are some other artists actually that I'm going to be working with who sent me some music recently. Yeah, some from Texas and other places. So I'll be working with them as well. It's just with so many things that I do, I have to prioritize. You know, my plate is full. You know, and then I have major responsibilities here at my church home. You know, I assist with the administration here at the church. So yeah, so I do want to get into doing some collaborations and things and just branch out. I want to do everything. I want to do it all. Whatever God has taught me to do, I'm going to do it. Because I always say I don't want to be on my deathbed with a mouthful of shoulda, woulda, coulda. And when I leave, I want to be tired because I did everything.
That's a good outlook to have.
Yeah.
I'm digging that. Now, in the midst of everything that you do, you also are a radio host.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I
Hat
have.
that you wear.
I have a radio show that I do every Wednesday and Thursday night from 6 to 8 on our local gospel radio station. Yes, WEHA Gospel 88.7.
Today, and we got a lovely song for you. We got Nykki Pearl in her debut single. It's called Forever. It's going down right here on Gospel 88.7 WEHA, where we're spreading the gospel one song at a time.
And this is the only gospel station in this Atlanta City area, so it's really a blessing to be able to be on the station. Yeah. So I used to go in every day, 6 o'clock a.m. It was every day, yeah. 6 o'clock a.m. I was going in, and then they changed it to nights. I was so thankful. Because to be there at 6 o'clock a.m. had to get up at 5. It was like kind of hectic. Yeah, that was a lot. But so I'm on Wednesdays from 6 to 8. It's just me. The name of my show is Power by the Hour, and so I play like more of the update, more contemporary gospel music. Okay. And then at the 7:30 time, from 7:30 to 8, I call it Local Love, where I play music from the local artists, the local gospel artists. Yeah, so it's fun.
Yeah, that's good.
So still, I'm able to play music, do commentary, still sneaking that greatness in the empowerment moment, and so it's fun.
And how long have you been hosting the show?
Since January.
Okay.
Since January, so it's been like about 9 months.
That's good. Check that out if you can. If you're in this area, or can they link it to their internet?
Yes, you can go to www.wehagospel887.com.
There you go. So
24 hours a day, but especially Wednesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 8.
That is so cool. Now, do you host events by chance? Okay, can you tell us a little bit about your hosting?
I usually host every October a breast cancer fashion show. Okay. It's so much fun for a boutique in this area called First Lady Parish's Boutique. And it's really, really nice. So she has all the big hats and the nice suits and things. So usually every October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I host that fashion show. So that's really good. It's fun.
You might have to catch it.
Yeah.
So I'll put that on our agenda.
Yeah, it's really fun because it's a time for women to come together and to empower each other again. You know, tell each other how nice they look, and just to get together and just love on one another and to encourage one another. So I enjoy it. I really do.
Nice.
So I do those events or different events at different churches. If someone asks me to come to be the worship leader or the MC, always here at my church. So yeah.
That's good. So, speaking of fashion, I do know that you have your own fashion line.
Well, I do have shirts that are out, and my husband has a line called Loud Spelton Apparel. So yes, through him. But I am going to be doing some more up-to-date things. I've had so many people talk to me about doing shoes because I really love shoes. So I'm not sure.
About that. That's a sidebar conversation we're bringing to the light.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do shoes, but I do want to do some form of fashion, definitely for women of color. That fits our frame.
You need that.
Yes.
A lot of people around nowadays are saying their clothes are supposed to fit curves.
Yeah.
They're lying.
Yeah, so
they're not keeping it all the way 100 because there's no way I should be buying sizes. 3 sizes too big just to accommodate me, and it's supposed to accommodate me at my size. So we need that.
Yes,
that's a good move.
I'll be doing something like that. I'm looking forward to doing that.
Hey, looking forward to that as well.
Yes, that's great. It's a great thing.
What has inspired you the most? That has brought you to where you are now? It's a career, it's a life choice, all that good stuff. It's understandable, but a really, really deep note. Like, what drives you to be as inspiring, to be as motivating, to be as strong-willed that you are today?
What really motivates me, I had someone ask me on Facebook, like, how are you always so positive? And I think it's because for so many years I was stuck in depression. Like, wake up depressed, go to sleep depressed, wake up with headaches, wouldn't turn the lights on, you know, just was suicidal and wanted to kill myself. I mean, when I was living in Virginia, I actually called my mom from a payphone before we had cell phones. And said, I just called, but you know, I'm going to be killing myself, and that's it. Like, and just to think about how selfish I was. Like, she was all the way in Atlantic City. There was nothing she could do, you know, except pray. But I mean, I was at such a low point for so long, you know, and not knowing if I would ever come out, and didn't even care about coming out, or didn't know what to do to come out. And then finally, when I went back to God, then He, you know, He allowed me to see that the things that I went through, they were not going to stifle me, they were not going to stop me, but there was going to be my testimony and to help other people. So it's really my fuel. Every time something else happens to me, I get a little upset about it, you know, for a moment, but then I think about if I've been through all that hell and I came through, I'm gonna fight even harder. So I think that I know for a fact, like, I'm a fighter. Every day I wake up knowing that I have no choice but to fight. I have no choice except just to get up and pull myself together, even if I don't want to, and just keep going, you know. And so, like, I always say, like, you know, losing you is not an option. Meaning, like, losing me, losing yourself, because you could be in a situation and totally get to the point where you look in the mirror and you don't even know who you are. It got to a point where I would have to look at pictures to remind myself of who I was. And it was so sad because I would look at that picture and say, I would like to know her. Like, I want to know who she is. And the last relationship that I was in was really bad. And I tell people the story. I got to the point where I hated myself, because you get to the point where you allow someone to treat you so bad, you're not mad at them anymore. You're mad at yourself because you are allowing it. And so the relationship was over. I was just strolling through Bath and Body Works. I always tell this story. They had a scent, and they still have it. You know, I was walking through and it just came up upon a big display that said, P.S. I love you. I bought every shower gel, every bubble bath, lotion, body spritz. I bought it all, and I sprayed it on myself constantly, every day, all day, until I got the message. P.S. I love you.
Wow.
Not I'm waiting for a man to love me or the approval of other people. I had to love me. And so that's what gets me the motivation to keep fighting every day. Like, you know, you gotta forget about people's opinions about you, because everyone's gonna have an opinion, but how do you feel about you? You know, so that's what makes me, you know, fight every day to empower other people. Like, no, if I gotta put you on my back, we coming out of that pit. You are not gonna stay there. If I know you're struggling and you're stuck, if I can do something to help you, I'm gonna do whatever I can to help you. You know, so.
Yeah, it's stories like that people don't see often. All you see is Dr. Nick,
people
Nykki
they have
Pearl,
no idea.
So you don't see that, but that's a good characteristic, and it's good that those experiences were had. Like, we go back to that, and for you to be able to talk about it, it's like amazing to me, because people hold that kind of stuff in. Like, you have to understand that's what reaches people. Like, their most you. That's you. That's what makes you you. So if you can't describe that, you cannot be embarrassed.
Right.
You cannot let those things hold you back, because that's what's making your star shine so bright. It's because of what you've done and what you've been through. So I applaud you again for that. Just being able to speak to me about that. It touched the chord. And that's just a whole nother show. You're working me, doctor.
Yeah. It's really I have to give all praise to God, because, like, you know, when I felt like I had nobody else, you know, like one of my girlfriends said to me one time, she said, you just have to be real and talk to God. And I got that. She said, you have to say, like, God, it hurts. Like, it hurts. Like, you wake up in the morning, like, I'm tired of being hurt. Like, I don't want to live like this anymore. And so when I finally got to the point where I'm like, you know, God, like, Like, I had to do a real talk. Like, you gotta do something. Like, for real, if you don't do something, I'm gonna be in the county or I'm being in the grave. One or the other, or, you know, something's gonna have to happen. But, so that's what happens. I mean, and every day, you know, a lot of people look at me and think, oh my God, your life is just so great. I'm like, every day I have a decision. I can either live in what I'm going through or die in it. But every day I have to make a decision. You got to get up and you have to keep going, even you know, with pain in your heart. You know, I always say sometimes, like, you got to walk with rocks in your shoes. It's an uncomfortable walk, but nobody else can walk your walk. And if you were not built for it, it would never have happened for you, because there's some things that even you've been through that some people, it would have taken them out. You know what I mean? And God knows how much each person can handle. And he knew that he had allowed me to go through so much because he knew that I would be brave enough, you know, to say, you know, I went through this, I made some mistakes, I did some crazy stuff, you know what I mean? And he still forgave me, and he gave me the strength to keep going. So you can do it too. Yeah.
I love her. I love you too. We just met. That's what we're talking about. That vibe you get from people, and you can walk away. And I can honestly say, like, I'm already on it. Like, Mom, I met this amazing woman. I met 2 amazing women today, and just to know that you can walk away with that before you even walk away, that's deep. Like, that really leaves an impression on people, and I'm way blown away. And to know that you do so much and you're able to juggle it all with a smile on your face, and just keep trucking and just keep doing what you do, hats off. Hats off to one of my ladies now. Of many hats. Yeah, my hats are off to you. If people are looking to have people book you for events, okay. So people are looking for you to come and speak out or speak to an event of theirs. How would they be able to find you?
Well, most people, they inbox me on Facebook or they send me an email, and I usually send it to my wonderful coordinator. And
behind the scenes, you'll be her.
She sets it up for me. But they can email me at my email address, NyckolePW@gmail.com. That's NYCOLE, P as in Paul, W @gmail.com. Or you can just, I love to say this, you can just Google me. She's Googleable. Just Google me.
Is that a good feeling? I'm Googleable, girl. Find me. I love it. Do you have any upcoming events? So we know about October. What date is that? October what? That's coming up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we won't do them by dates or whatever. Off
the
top, what are the upcoming events that people can find you if they wanted to come out?
I'm going to be in Chester, Pennsylvania, twice during the month of October. I believe it's the 12th and the 16th.
I'm not even going to hold you to that.
Yeah, don't hold me to that.
We're not
I'll be in Chester, Pennsylvania, Vineland, New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey. I'll be everywhere. So I always post them. So just go to my Facebook page. You can from request me or just subscribe to me. I made most of my things I have public. So yeah, you
that's
can just
cool.
see where I'm going to
She is Googleable.
Yeah.
And you can find out every walk she takes, every speech and every talk she does on Facebook. So that's good. So she's open.
Yeah,
You're
very
always
open.
gonna be able to find her. Did you tell them your Facebook?
My Facebook is you can look me up under NP Lyles Belton. I believe is what it is. NP Lyles Belton. I also have my Nykki Pearl page, my music page. So it's Facebook, Nykki Pearl, NYKKIPEARL, and my organization Greatness in You. You can just Facebook Greatness in You, and so I have 3 pages on Facebook.
And we will have that rolling on this episode. I don't know if it's going to be on the bottom like we told last, or it's going to be somewhere so you'll be able to find it. Don't worry. Do you have any parting words for any of the viewers who have just met you today? Because you know we're reaching out to people.
Yeah, I said a lot, but this is what I always say when I sign off of my radio show. I always say, I love you, but remember God loves you most. And there's greatness in you, but you have to acknowledge it. And once you acknowledge it, you gotta work that thing. Work your greatness. It's in you.
Holla. I'd like to thank you so much for inviting us and being available, because we know you have a very busy schedule, and it was my pleasure to meet you.
You're such a doll, and she's such a natural. I love her already.
Don't make me blush. I'm already red. And to viewers out there, thank you for viewing. Make sure you keep in contact and make sure you reach out to Dr. Nick. And you will be able to find her because she is now part of our network, Music New Jersey. It's your girl May Mozzie. You already know. You can find me at May Mozzie on Twitter, and it's May Maserati on Facebook, as always. And I'm signing out. And my words to you are, you never know, we might be in a town near you. So stay tuned.
She's a beast, she's a dime, she keep it popping all the time. Cute shoes, cute dude, wonder what I have to do to make her catch her attention, so she'll keep coming through.